Hello everyone, my name is Enzo Macarone and this is Pop Culture. So this is the video that I had promised, the 10 best hard rock and metal bands from Argentina. In top 10, there is a band that I haven't heard a lot of songs, I just listened to 2 songs from them, but I'm going to include it in this top because I know it is one of the most important metal bands from Argentina. I'm going to show you 2 parts of 2 songs from them so you can tell what they are about. That part reminds me a little bit of harmonies and melodies from Metallica. This song talks about our presidents, our governments, and it's a very interesting subject because here in Argentina we have had one of the worst presidents of all time. We had 5 presidents in 1 week. We had a lot of hyperinflation without wars. We have destroyed 7 coins, 7 monetary systems. So we are a disaster. We are always in debt. We are always with inflation. Poverty always increases, never decreases. So this song is about that. This song also has one incredible guitar solo. So that's one of their songs. Now I'm going to show you another one. So as you can see, they like to make introductions to their songs with a lot of harmonies, melodies. But after that introduction, the song starts with all the power. They also like to do very good guitar solos. So that was Hermetica, top number 10. In top number 9, there is another metal band called Alma Forte, and this one is also one of the great bands of metal in Argentina. Maybe they might actually be the most known, the most recognized. It's between the top 3 or 5 metal bands. You can also see interviews, shows about them. Their songs have a lot more of reproductions, so definitely in the top 3. I have included Hermetica and Alma Forte in top 10 and 9, despite being more metal than the rest of the bands, because I don't listen to a lot of metal, so I'm going to rank more hard rock bands than metal bands. Yeah, I know these 2 bands are great, I like their songs, but I don't listen to them a lot. I'm going to show you a song that is called Toro y Pampa, that means bull and grasslands. Because here in Argentina, like in the USA, we have a lot of grasslands and we have a lot of cows and bulls to produce meat.
Caminando hacia el costado imaginario del encuentro, vengo rockeando desde hace tiempo, soñando siempre un buen descanso, dando en sopa, el abrazo fraternal de un amigo que a la voz le está faltando.
So as you can see, he has a very strong voice and their songs are very catchy, but they can also be very powerful metal. So this is another song from them called Se Vos, that means be yourself, and it's a song about believing only in yourself. You are the only one that is going to take you away in life, and you don't have to trust others, and the least in the politicians. So yes, as you can tell here, we are very disappointed with our politicians.
Muy duro es aguantar, más quien aguanta es el que existe.
So as you can tell, they also like to do great guitar solos. In position number 9, Alma Forte. So those were 2 of the 3 metal bands that I included in this list. The other one is going to come up very high up. But now I'm going to start with rock, hard rock in Argentina. But first of all, I need to clarify something about rock in my country. In Argentina, rock bands tend to mix, fusion, a lot of rhythms and mix it with rock. And one of these hard rock or rock bands that I'm going to show you is called La Versuit. And this is a band that often mixes and fusions a lot of different styles in music. One of their most known songs is called Argentinity to the Top. La Argentinidad al Palo. It's a song that talks about the best and the worst from our country. The things that makes us unique as a country and the things that destroy our country. Both sides are part of our culture. One of their best phrases from this song says we can be the best and the worst with the same capacity. So then again, it talks about corruption, it talks about crime, it talks about a lot of terrible things we have in our culture, but also talks about our greatest achievements as a nation. The sound is a mixture between a rock sound, almost like a western, and malambo, who is a folk genre of music created here in Argentina and played by the gauchos or the Argentinian cowboys. This is the part when he says that we can be the best and also the worst. And finally, to me, their best song is their version, their cover of a Brazilian song from the 80s called Time Doesn't Stop. This song talks about the struggle of the citizens from Brazil and Argentina to survive in these countries despite all the corruption, all the crime, all the poverty, and how our leaders have made these rich countries that were very powerful and very rich a few years ago, some decades ago, how they have progressively made us poorer and poorer up to the point we are now. One of the best phrases of the song says that they say, like talking about the government, that we are thieves, we are drug addicts, but they destroyed a whole country. They have stolen more money than us. So the band that is in position number 7 is actually quite rock and roll, even mixed with some blues. They made a very famous song that talks about a time that in Buenos Aires there was a scarcity of drugs. There weren't enough cocaine and marijuana, so a lot of bands from Argentina made songs with references to that scarcity, and because there was no drugs to be found. So one of the songs that they made was this one, where he says, I have already paid and I can't get my pedazo, my piece, when he's talking about, of course, substance. They also made a song that is an ode to those ladies that work in the night and make happy a lot of men, called Rock del Gato. So he talks, it would be something like the rock of the hooker, something like that. And they played in MTV Unplugged with two legends of rock here in Argentina, one of them being Charly Garcia and the other being Papo, a famous blues player who also played with B.B. King and he was his friend. Actually, B.B. King said he was one of the best guitar players he had ever known, and they made this version of this song. So those were the first 4 best rock and metal bands from Argentina, and then I'm going to show you the next 3, and finally the last video is going to be the top 3 best rock and metal bands from my country. Thank you for watching the video. See you on the next one. Goodbye.